Hey YouTube, this is Polo from Converse Squad Gaming, here with,
James Brown.
and what did you do today?
I got 22nd at the Altoona, Iowa Regional.
What were you playing?
I was playing probably the best deck of the past format, Prank-Kids Adventure DPE.
Alright, record?
I went 6-2. I didn't go to time at all, which is really surprising for playing Prank-Kids. Played against 4 different Despia decks. Played against Tenyi Sword Soul, 60 card Prank-Kids based, and Sky Striker.
Alright, with that done, let's get into your deck profile.
Alright, so I'm on 42 in the main deck. We'll go ahead and get started with the Prank-Kid cards. I'm on triple Fancies, double Dropsies, double Lampsies, and 1 Roxy's. The reason I'm playing triple Fancy is because it has a lot of synergy in the extra deck with Link Karibo and being a Dark for the Dark Charmer. I decided only one of this worked better, and turns out my ratios were really good on the day. So we can go ahead on to the adventure stuff. I'm playing triple Water Enchantress and 1 Griffin Rider. I think this is the standard adventure stuff. With Illegal Night coming out, maybe there'll be some tweaks. But with Prank-Kids being hit on the most recent ban list, probably not.
Probably just going to drop it entirely?
Yeah, probably play a different deck. So we'll go on to the DPE stuff. We have the Dasher and the Celestial. Celestial, insane drawing the 2 cards, and Dasher revealing whatever you draw, sort of like the Nibiru that I play, was insane.
Is there any particular reason you're playing common bricks as opposed to any other rarity?
I feel like if you play commons, you don't drive them as much. I still drew these a few times on the day, but not too bad to where it was unplayable.
Alright.
So we'll go ahead and get into the hand trap portion now. On triple Ash Blossom, triple Nibiru, double Ghost Bell, double Ghost Ogre, and triple Infinite Impermanence.
I see a ton of high rarity. I assume you want to draw these, right?
Yes.
Any particular, standout great hand trap on the day?
Ash Blossom is just always a great hand trap. It negated so many branded fusions. And Ghost Spell, I felt like I almost won every game I drew it in. It negates branded and red, so if they have something like the branded Lost, then it doesn't work, but if they don't have that, it's GG's all over.
Anything bad on the hand trap lineup?
The Nibirus, so the Nibirus were in Metacall, hoping that I wouldn't play against a lot of Despia. Unfortunately, I did play against 4 Despia, so... but I didn't really draw them to where it bricked me too much.
Good to hear.
So we'll go ahead and get on to the spells. We're playing double Prank-Kids Place, 1 Prank-Kids Pandemonium, and 1 Prank-Kids Pranks. I feel like these are the standard ratios, and these worked really well for me today. And we'll get on to the adventure spells. Playing triple Rite of Aramesir, the 1 Fateful Adventure, the 1 Dracoback, and the 1 Foolish Burial. This card is insane, being able to spawn a token and get Fateful Adventure from the deck. Luckily for me, Fateful Adventure never got Ghost Ogre. People typically Ghost Ogre the Prank-Kids Pranks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Foolish Burial, a Brave token card?
More or less. It sends Water Enchantress, which gives you the Rite of Aramesir. In those one-off instances, you can send a Prank-Kid so you're able to trigger pranks in the end phase. That never happened to me, but it's always situational stuff you got to think about.
Makes sense.
Then on to the 2 Destiny Fusion, obligatorily. I hard drew this card so much, I would make the Verte Anaconda just to bait my opponents sometimes when I knew they had a negation, and then just hit them with this from hand. It was great. I got the extra brick out of deck.
Oh, that's dirty, bro.
And then the last card in the main, we're on triple Forbidden Droplet. In theory, this card's really great. It didn't do a whole lot for me on the day, but in testing, it's always good. And yeah, what can I say?
You have the adventure token package. You usually get so much advantage that you're free to dump with droplets to get negates. Man, that's good.
Right. And we can move on to the extra. I have my 2 tokens here. Nibiru token, Prank-Kids token, adventure token, you know, the good stuff.
Yeah.
And then we're on the 1 Meow Meow Mew, double Doodle Doo, and the 1 Bow Wow Bark. I felt like these were the perfect ratios to play. Most of the time, you're shuffling one of the Doodle Doos back off of Pranks, so you never really miss the 3rd.
Yeah.
Then we're on the Link Karibo, the Link Spider, the Verte Anaconda, Nightmare Phoenix, and the Dark. The Dark never really came up, but in theory, when you're playing something like the Link Karibo and so many of the level 1 Prank-Kids, to steal things like DPEs after they've been procced. It's really good.
Yeah. Link Spider, what's that for?
This is, say they interrupted the search off of the Fateful Adventure, you can turn the token into Link Spider, and as long as you have an extender, you can go into Verte Anaconda and make DPE for game, you know?
Yeah.
Other links I play is the Nightmare Unicorn and the Access Code Talker. These cards never really came up. Going back, I would probably play Goddess Underworld Closed. I think it would catch a lot more people off guard, but again, these cards never came up. And then on to the fusions. I played the one Weather Washer, the one Rocket Ride, the one Battle Butler, and then the one DPE. I hardly made this card. It was more so going into the Weather Washer. If my opponents didn't do anything and I hand trapped them out of the game, I feel like this gave me more advantage than going into this.
Huh. Very interesting way to play that.
Yeah. I made the Rocket Ride once. I know it's something that's played but never really gone into, but it helps push 5k damage on its own. And then the DPE, you know, it's DPE, it's an insane card.
Mm-hmm.
And then on to the side deck. The most insane card in the side deck is Psyframe Gamma. Every time I drew this card, going into game 2, I felt like I won. It was an insane card.
Yeah.
And then we're on triple Artifact Lancia. This is more for the Flunderies matchup. Unfortunately, I did lose the Flunderies matchup that I played, but it's always a good card I feel to have in the side deck for things like the Flunders.
Yeah.
And as far as back row removal, we're on double Lightning Storm, double Cosmic Cyclone, and the one Harpy's Feather Duster. Now, I didn't play any back row decks, so these never really came in, but it's always good to have there just in case.
Yeah, you theoretically could just lose to a Mystic Mine.
Always a possibility. And then the last card in the side deck, most powerful card in my opinion, is Evenly Matched. If you're able to bait out the negate on the Griffin, say you're playing against a Venture deck, and they leave the token on field, if you evenly match, you basically take away all their advantage.
Yeah, that's a free dunk right there.
Yep.
Are there any shout-outs you'd like to give?
Yeah, I'd like to give a shout out to Converse Squad Gaming, to my man Polo behind the camera there for doing this deck profile, and to shout out to the guys I went to the regional with. I'd also like to give a special shout out to the guys in round 6 that got deck checked. They actually got a 25-minute time extension, which did my pairings a little bit better and saved me from playing against Monarch True Draco, which is probably would have windmill dunked me on the day.
Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Konami for finally hitting this deck to unplayability. I look forward to seeing what the new format's going to hold. And with that, this has been Converse Squad Gaming. I hope you like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.